All right. Good morning to baseball fans in the East Coast and westward, and good afternoon, um, eastward. And there he is, Legend Sports Universe. How you doing, Legends? Good to see you. He's first here at the ballpark. Well, I don't know which ballpark we're going to be at yet. He says something to accompany his rapid walk with the dog. Well, I'll take that as a nice little compliment. Good to be with you. Um, yeah. So having a lot of fun with MLB The Show. Guys really seem to like it. Again, not using your file as I promised. I had to break down, though, and I know that significant improvements have been made in MLB The Show 22 and 23, but man, there's a treasure trove of rosters in MLB The Show 20. So broke down and picked that up last night for 18 bucks, and just going to explore that. But good stuff. Yeah, and I don't have a docking station yet, so I can't so for broadcasting on that, since controllers use batteries, and I don't like batteries, so I have mine plugged in directly into the PS5. I didn't worry, do just broadcast the game. So yeah, I mean, again, that's just something just to put on, kind of like I do with Baseball for Windows for folks to listen to or watch when they're doing something else or what have you. But a lot of fun, and again, I can't thank you enough for finally waking me up to the fact that it isn't just a Twitch game. I like Twitch games, but also love the fact it just gives you this great, great experience. If San Diego Studios would do just one thing, and I don't think they would do it, do like what Ernie Harwell did for Baseball for Windows, and if you could get some broadcasters to somehow work in just those names. Again, I realize that's a lot, 19,000 names or whatever. I know that I was really surprised, Legends, at how many names you do here. I mean, I was like, Hannes Wagner, some of the usual suspects, but other great players. I mean, like Arky Vaughn, they say his name. But I've also noticed they cheat a little bit. Maybe I don't know if that's maybe something you guys try to mod to get close or something. But I noticed last night on that second game, the Yankees versus the Rangers, they were calling Toby Herrera, and Yogi Barrett. So I don't know if that's just something that's, again, I don't know much about the modding scene and everything, but what can I say? Thank you so very much. I'm regretful that I slept in that game for so long. Not that it's going to supplant the other games, but it's such a brilliant addition. So thank you, my friend. All right, so here we are today, Howie Shanks Bingo Baseball League, and this is, of course, by now everybody knows that managers, we were each assigned random years simultaneously, and we had to choose a player from that year with a 5 Hall of Famer cap, all that kind of stuff. Probably the most unique draft league I've ever seen, and we've been having a lot of fun with it, and things running surprisingly smoothly. Before we get into today's slate of games, the Howie Shanks or the Ned McGreevy. Ned McGreevy 2 will be starting back up in July. Getting requests for that. Surprisingly, people want to see more dead ball in 19th century baseball. So we'll be returning that in July. Hopefully, we can get some managers. If not, we'll just set it up. I know that's an era of baseball that's out of the comfort zone of many, and I completely understand that. But it was also very gratifying to see just the community really, really backing a very niche project. So Ken and I want to do it again. There's Steve Tate. So, oh yeah. So Steve, I downloaded the new file. Didn't even have to rename it. I just called it BB Shanks League, and bam, there were the pictures. So, um, hopefully moving forward we'll be fine. But thanks for your tip there in the Discord, which by the way I should probably go ahead and turn off Discord so it's not beeping in my ear. Good to see you, my friend. I didn't know if you were going to do a game or anybody was doing a game, Steve. So I just decided might as well, at least do one, if not two. Um, so anyhow, if anybody's interested, and I know with the Shanks League going on right now, there probably is going to be a lot of people interested in managing in McGreevy too. But if you are, drop it in the original Discord, which I think John renamed it to Dan McGreevy. I'm not going to post anything in the Shanks League about that, since Shanks has dedicated that Discord to just this. So, but really, I'm loving the Howie Shanks League, but I really, really, really am missing that sort of 19th century up to 1919 kind of era. So, and I'm needing a project to keep going. So there we are. Well, I know you've been busy. So and again, great league. Todd B has some issues going on. His wife just underwent surgery, so we um, send out our prayers for her speedy recovery. But Todd B is going to be dropping out of the league for a little bit. He's going to kind of GM, so maybe we can sort of babysit his team, maybe make some roster changes. He said he's going to come in and watch when he can. Told him I completely understand. I mean, real life issues certainly take precedence over a mere game. So yeah, we wish Todd and his missus well. All right. So let's see what we have here on the old slate today. First, let's talk about these standings. So Detroit inching away, but we have a little bit of bunching going up here in the top of the league. Detroit at 12 wins, 5 losses, 2 games up on Hawaii and Mudville. So Hawaii and Mudville, in terms of games back, um, are tied. However, Hawaii ahead by percentages points at 10 wins, 7 losses. Mudville at 11 and 8. North Sound and Des Moines 2.5 back, each of them playing right now the record 10 wins, 8 losses. Manchester pulled out a crazy game last night. They're 10 wins, 9 losses, 3 games back, along with Jersey. So Manchester and Jersey in a deadlock, and then bringing up the rear. Well, really not the rear yet. Cleveland just 4 games out at 9 wins, 10 losses. The Badlands at 5 wins and 13 losses, 7.5 out. And Arlington looking for a big turnaround. 4 wins, 14 losses, 8.5 out of first. Steve says I can help watch out for Todd's team. That's nice. Thank you, Steve. Seems Arlington is the place to visit to acquire wins. Yeah, they're just. I mean, looking at this Arlington roster, this is Robbie Wartburg's team, and I mean, he's got seriously, such a good team here. And I don't want to look at. I mean, we can look at replay stats; doesn't matter. Um, but I mean, he's got quite. And I don't know what's going on here as far as his lineups or anything, but when you've got Rogers Hornsby, Hank Greenberg, Eric Davis, Hannes Wagner, Benny Koff, Vince Coleman, Dan Bruthers. I know some people call him Dan Brothers. I'm not sure which it is. It might be Dan Brothers. I'll probably call him Bruthers for another 10 years. Um, there's some really, I mean, you got Rafael Palmeiro, Rudy York, and I'm wondering if it's the pitching. My pitching's weak. I really thought that Robbie had a stronger pitching staff. Really, you got, I mean, Hippo, Vaughn, Lon Warnicki, pretty good. There's Walter Johnson. Walter Johnson getting rocked in this league right now. He's 1-2 for him an astronomical 6.7 earned run average. You have Vita Blue in there. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that team. So um, definitely not lacking firepower. And if we go up and just look at the real stats really quickly, um, for the year he was selected, and let's go to bios here really quickly, and let's do it like this, right? So Salvador Perez, in 2021. I mean, this guy, right? 48 home runs. I mean, Hank Greenberg, 41 home runs. Rogers Hornsby, 39. Now, why Robbie inactivated Don Baylor? I can see maybe looking at the average, but if I was Robbie Wartburg, and again, I have my own team to worry about, I would not have inactivated Don Baylor. That's a big bat coming off the bench, and you're wasting 34 home runs. Eric Davis has got all those steals, but I probably would have inactivated. I don't know. I just having that big bat inactivated. Inactivate somebody like William Fisher. I mean, Robbie's got Jim Sundberg, so he's got one catcher inactivated, and I get it, only a 199 average. But maybe just a little bit of shuffling, perhaps. With Hannes Wagner, does Arlington need 3 activated shortstops? I would probably have Wagner. if it was me, Wagner and Vern Stevens, and maybe inactivate Jake Dunn and activate Don Baylor. That's just surprising. I don't know, but again, my own team to worry about. I'm actually surprised that Mudville is where it is right now, but rather happy. Big Clue says, keep in mind, it's not just the names of our players; it's the specific season. Oh no, I do know that. I do know that, and they are not. No, they're not represented by their best year. I understand that, but my point being is Don Baylor is inactivated, and he's got 34 home runs, and I think a little bit of firepower there, a little bit more firepower from for Arlington would be nice. Just again, just opinion. He's got three activated shortstops, um, and I think you've got it short on that team. Just trying to figure out why Arlington is just getting its butt kicked everywhere. I think if you have Hannes Wagner and Vern Stevens, I think you're pretty good at short. I don't know that you need three, but again, I've got my own team to worry about, and my pitching is shaky, to say the least. I did not concentrate on pitching the way I should have. So, but no, definitely. It may be that they're upset with management. Absolutely. I would say the computer. So he never submitted a manager file. Yeah, Robbie just started another project. Now he's doing a draft league at MLB The Show 23. So I probably wouldn't expect a manager file from our dear Robbie, but it's all good. Yeah, little things add up quickly. Yeah. Don Baylor, absolutely an underrated player, and I didn't realize that Robbie had him inactivated. I would not have, would I start Don Baylor? Yeah, maybe every 4 or 5 games, give him some playing time. But again, it is what it is. Badlands, I think when PQ gets back, I'm sure he's going to do some shuffling. Very knowledgeable baseball fan. All right, now that we've done the standings, let's look at the slate of games here that we have today. And so North Sound at Des Moines looks like probably the game that we're going to do. We also have Jersey and Detroit, and we have both managers here. And I can set this up both at home, but you can see what you're doing. Uh, Manchester and Badlands, Arlington, Hawaii, Mudville, and Cleveland. Which again, my games when I'm broadcasting them, I don't manage my team, so that's an automatic autoplay right there. So. Hey, there's Rob Tomlinson. Rob, you're Hawaii, right? You're here. Maybe you want to have some fun and play Arlington a little bit. Um, it's that's your thing. It's good to see you, man. And again, our congratulations to Rob Tomlinson, who's a grandpappy. Oh, you're Des Moines. All right. Well, you'd be playing anyhow today. So you'd be playing. Yeah. I think this would be a good one. So North Sound versus Des Moines. Let me make sure I fix North Sound because reading that's what I had to do. So you guys, for on my broadcast at least, I have to change these colors just a little bit because it's just too hard to read. You know, the whole black on red thing. So I'm just changing this to like a very, very light gray for each. But on Steve's and MV's broadcast, these will stay the same. These are just way too hard to read. All right. Lawrence is Hawaii. Okay. All right. Well, since Rob is here, whether if he wants to stay, good. I mean, that'd be awesome. Or feel like managing. If he just wants to watch, that's good too. Um, but I think first we got to do Jersey and Detroit just cause. So this could be Jack Taylor versus Mike Scott. Jersey coming into this game at 10 wins, 9 losses. Detroit 12 wins, 5 losses. So Jersey, of course, still in the hunt, just 3 games back, but Detroit threatening to pull away. But yeah, Des Moines last night playing an excellent game, by the way. So each of those teams, Des Moines and North Sound, which they'll meet again today. Yeah, each at 10 and 8. So yeah, 2 games yesterday between Detroit and Jersey. Detroit won them both, but they were great games, both of them. So Detroit is the human manager, and here we go, Taylor and Scott. And let's see, we're doing a lefty lineup here. Steve, are you happy with that lineup? Have a gander, and then if you are, we'll go. We will go. We will go. We will go. Just came while Steve's having a look at the screen here, and his lineup just came from Christopher Slovic. He is still doing his Creator Cup series. Is coming down to the wire. Talk about some cool hype going on. Just great stuff there, and I just love it. Not only the sound of his voice, but I realized there's something very lo-fi. I don't know what Christopher's using as a sound input device or what have you, but it's really lo-fi, which just gives it that old radio vibe. I love it. You know, the people listening to games back in the day on little transistors or whatever. Um, oh yeah, my fault, my fault, my fault. There we go. Should be good to go now. This is for versus righties. I don't know why this is. Yeah, low lineup versus right. Sub Aaron at third base for Snow. So we're taking Snow out of the lineup. Is that correct? Playing Aaron out of position. All right, we'll do that. Aaron, your third baseman. All right. Okay. Do you want Hank Aaron a little higher than batting eighth, or I mean you have such a deep you got a deep lineup here, man. Are we leaving him in at the number 8 slot? You want to move him up, down, around? I know you're not going to change that Jackson Dunlap tandem. That's just brilliant. All right, keep him eighth. All right. And so clues should just automatically do what it does. And let's go. And yes, I realize I haven't put in the legal logos. I'm an Egypt. I got to do that. I thought they were automatically assigned, but only Steve's keeps coming up. I wonder if there's something to that. Anyhow, welcome to Tiger Stadium for today's game between Jersey and Detroit. Jack Taylor will take the hill for Jersey. He's made 3 starts in the year, and he's 3-0 with an earned run average of 4.33. This will be his first start against the Detroit Coyotes. Mike Scott will oppose him for Detroit. 4 starts for him, and he's 1-1 with an ERA of 7.57. And his first start against Jersey. Jersey's second baseman, Chase Utley, is on a 10-game hitting streak, and Norm Cash is on a 15-game hitting streak for Jersey. 65 degrees here in the Motor City. Wind speed 6 miles per hour in from left center field. And need to rename Clue's logo to something smaller than it will show. Okay, thank you. I was wondering why that was going on. Play ball. All right, looking at the starting defense here for the Detroit Coyotes in left field. Barry Bonds. Oh, I just realized I don't have the cards in here for this one. I wonder if I can't move him in. Yes, I can. I can cancel the game. Hang on, nothing happened. I thought that was too easy. So hold on a second. This game cannot be played without the Steve Tate baseball cards. Holy moly. Sheesh. That would have been like it would have been like people storming the Bastille, right? We can't have that. We cannot have that. Oof. That would have been terrible. Terrible, I tell you. Terrible, terrible, terrible. So just give me a hot minute here, gents, if you would. Oh, oh boy, is my face red. And oh my God, all these league files. I've got to clean this out. Too much. Just too much. And let me see. I did this as MV Shanks. Wow. I hope. I don't know. I should just put them everywhere. Sorry, guys. Gotta give me a second. This is what I was talking about, and I renamed it, and I hope it installed it. It should be BBMV Shanks, but I'm not seeing that. So, in the photo file, so I'm just gonna sort of gonna have to end the game here, exit the game, and go back. What a drag! If you'll pardon the expression, as I'm dragging stuff and moving stuff around. Oh my God. Alright, so it decided not to install it under that game. I have no idea now where these player files are. Oh my God. Have a look here at the old, that's my face red, right? So Detroit doesn't forfeit. Easy there, big clue. You don't get off that easily. I just have no, this is like some weird, I don't know what's going on here, man. Everything was all nice, and then we have to figure out that we had to bring up a new league file because of the injuries, which makes sense. But I installed this, and it's not showing as MV Shanks in the player photos directory. I cannot find the player photos directory for this. Let's look at this one and see if this is it. I have no idea. Alright, Control A, Control C, and back up. Because you can't play without these pictures, man. Oh well. So this is weird, Steve. This is weird. We can't all play Arlington. Hmm. So what's weird about this is in the league folder under player photos, it didn't install the league name that I gave it, and I'm not seeing anything. Wow. Let me see here. Oh, that's not going to work. I have no idea where this silly thing is. Well, I don't want to do that entire thing because then I lose all these other guys. So the way we've been doing it is it has that name of the season when you put it in here, and I can't find it under player photos, and that's what's messing me up here a little bit because we have it set to look in a subfolder. I knew this would be too bloody easy. No, that's what I'm trying to do, Steve. What I'm saying is I renamed it because I have 6 versions of the Shanks League right now. So this way I will always rename it to BBMV Shanks, but that folder in player photos isn't showing here. And I'm trying to figure out why that is. Because the latest file that I have on here that the game created was 7th May, which wouldn't be right since this is 15th. Oh my God, we're in the middle of May already. So no, I know how to do it. It didn't create the directory that I wanted to create. That's where I'm stuck. reinstalling the season isn't going to make any difference. I can just call it, if I just call it BBMV Shanks, that should do it, right? If I just create a new folder and put them in there, that should do it, right? Yes, it does. Always has. So this is the first time this has happened since MV sent this new this or whatever this new league file, and I don't know whether he did it or you did it. Yeah, I've been able to use these pictures all the way until this morning. It definitely does. So if we go to rules, um, it's not info. Where is it? Oh wait, okay, there we go. It's now for some reason it's unchecked. It was checked. All right, let's give it a go. Yeah, now I've got to find them again. So give me a sec here, guys. I swear that's been checked because I've been using them the whole time. And that's what's throwing me off here. And it doesn't matter, I still can't find it. Ah, there it is. Yep, there it is, there it is, there it is. Found it, found it, found it. Alright, we're almost ready to start finally. Jeez. And they're in there now. Good. Exit, restart. No, that was fun. And they're still not there. So this worked up until today. No, I know. I did have it checked. There's weird stuff going on with Action PC, man. Weird stuff. Again, we were just learning about because when I played yesterday, Chickstall wasn't injured, and that's why MV zipped us up. There's something going on because now it is pointing to the proper directory. And there in subfolder, it's there. Because actually the incorrect league, MV had a different league logo that yesterday was fine, but when I downloaded that new one, I had to put this one back in. Wow, this is really silly. Should have looked more closely. Come on, you. Alright, let me see what the season has named itself in here. Maybe it didn't do what I wanted it to do. I have no idea. But we'll find out. We will find out. We have the technology. Yeah, BBMV Shanks. But that directory, let me just try it that way. Because that has to match the league file. BBMV Shanks. And then we'll see if this works. Destination. Any files have the same names, you need to ask if you want to replace those files. Do I still want to? Yeah, I guess we're doing that. Let's exit and actually I guess I wouldn't have to exit. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. Finally it works. Holy moly, moly, moly. As Steve tells me, I don't have it checked. All right. Anyhow, it's good. It's all good. It's all good. So let's go back to Taylor and Scott and play. And we'll dispense with all the niceties at the beginning. And sub Aaron for Snow at third. All right, I think we're fine now. There we go. Look at old Barry looking. He's smiling on his baseball card now. Barry Bonds in left, Joe DiMaggio in center, Bryce Harper in right. From first to third around the horn, Mark McGuire, Fred Dunlap, Dave Concepcion, Hank Aaron. Going to be playing with a bit of a penalty, but a big bat in there. Johnny Bench and Mike Scott pitching. Leading off here, Ichiro Suzuki. So Suzuki hitting .260 with 4 RBI in the season. Still no home runs from Ichiro. Expect him to hit one at some point. Finally getting underway here. Crazy pre-game craziness here. We'll blame it on the guy in the truck. Curveball, Suzuki, base hit, right field, and we're underway. So Suzuki with great speed aboard at first, and here's Chase Utley. Chase Utley with that 10-game hitting streak. 346 average, 18 runs batted in, 2 home runs for him. Scott throws over, Suzuki back. I'm going to crank this up just a little bit. There we are. I like it louder. Scott deals now. And there goes Suzuki, the throw down by Johnny Bench, and Ichiro steals number 7. So runner in scoring position. The Jersey Blue Claws not playing around this morning. And Chase Utley back in the box. And the 1-2 fastball. Utley swings, high fly ball to center. DiMaggio coming in about medium center pasture. Here's the strong throw to third. The tag by Hank Aaron, and Suzuki at third now with 1 out. Stormin Norman Cash, 15-game hitting streak, and Cash having an absolutely fantastic April going into May. 395 average with 5 home runs, 14 ribbies for Cash. Big lefty stands in. Mike Scott pitching from the stretch. Full count, fastball, and Norm Cash. Big swing and a miss. A big strikeout there by Mike Scott for out number 2. Shortstop Willie Wells from the Negro Leagues. 293, 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in for Willie. Blue Claws would like to jump out to an early lead here. A little psychological warfare. The 1-1 from Mike Scott, and Wells is just going to pop this one up in the infield. Concepcion out on the outfield grass. Makes the catch. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left on after 1/2. It's the Jersey Blue Claws, nothing, and the Detroit Coyotes come into bat. Let's look at this defense from left to right. John Lowenstein, or Lowenstein, whichever you like. Dale Murphy in center, and right field, Ichiro Suzuki. First base today, Norm Cash. Chase Utley manning the Keystone sack. Willie Wells at short. Sid Gordon at the hot corner. Sid Gordon's been playing a bit above expectations. Just wonderful, wonderful pick. Acquisition for Jersey. Ed Bailey, they're certainly looking for him to heat up, catching, and Jack Taylor on the mound. As to be expected in a league like this, I'm really surprised at the ERAs, though, even though expecting it, the ERA is a little higher than I expected. But early goings, right? Jack Taylor into his motion. The 0-1 base hit, and here we go. So each leadoff hitter successful thus far. Shoeless Joe, excellent speed, and we talked about that Fred Dunlap, Joe Jackson tandem for these Detroit Coyotes, and it's been great so far. 395 for Fred Dunlap, including 3 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Shoeless Joe, good lead off at first. Cash waiting for the throw over. Should have come from Jack Taylor. Taylor sets, throws over. Jackson diving in under the Cash tag. Gets up, dusts himself off. Taylor peers in, has the sign from Ed Bailey. Here's the wind. 0-1 pitch. There goes Jackson. Bailey up gunning, and they catch Shoeless Joe stealing. Dunlap back in there batting with 1 down, and now the base is empty. Jack Taylor deals. And on the 0-2 pitch, Dunlap, a big whiff and a miss. So 2 down now, I should say. Base is empty for Barry Bonds. Bonds at 349 right now. 4 home runs, 14 runs batted in. Bonds in the box from the left side. Jack Taylor deals the 0-2 fastball. Bonds sends this one line shot into the second deck at Tiger Stadium, and Detroit jumping out to a 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. That's Bonds' 5th home run of the season, 372 feet into the upper deck. One more look at that. This was a shot, and I mean, it got out of here with a quickness, as they say. Suzuki just looking up, marveling at that one. That one more like a Lou Gehrig type home run than a Babe Ruth big arcing shot. Mark McGwire now. McGwire hitting .269 in the season, 9 home runs, 23 runs batted in. McGwire digging in, acquired from the St. Louis Cardinals. Jack Taylor deals the 1-1 to McGwire. Curveball. McGwire sends this one high and deep to left and kiss it goodbye. This one in the lower part of the upper deck, back-to-back home runs, taking Jack Taylor downtown twice as if he missed the Broadway show the first time. And it's an early 2-0 lead from the Coyotes. And here comes Bryce Harper with an 8-game hitting streak. Harper, 364, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Jack Taylor getting rocked here in the first inning. Taylor with a 1-1 fastball. Harper sends this deep to right, but Suzuki making the catch at the line. Side retired, but 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors. Back-to-back jacks by Bonds and McGwire, the PED boys. We've played 1, and it's Detroit 2, and Jersey nothing. And the Blue Claws will send up Ed Bailey, John Lowenstein, and Roger Maris. Bailey with a home run in yesterday's game, so that's his 2nd of the season. 4 ribbies, hitting just .139 for the catcher. Mike Scott with a strikeout in this game. Toes the rubber in the 0-2 to Ed Bailey. Fastball, and this one in at the belt for a called strike 3, so 1 away. Mike Scott recording strikeout number 2. And John Lowenstein, the left fielder, hitting an even .300, a home run, 4 runs batted in. Have a look at John, acquired from the Baltimore Orioles onto the Jersey Blue Claws. John given the guarantee that he could be a field tester for any potential Robbie Wartburg wife. Mike Scott deals the 2-0. The changeup, Lowenstein, little 2 bouncer to Concepcion at short, flings it on to McGwire at first for out number 2. Mike Scott looking for a 1-2-3 inning here is Roger Maris. Roger Maris DH duties for the Jersey Blue Claws. Maris at a 128 clip, a home run, 2 runs batted in. Scott, the leg kick of the 1-1, and this one lined right to Mark McGwire. And they go in order when we go to the bottom of the 2nd. It's 2-0 Detroit Coyotes over the Jersey Blue Claws. Joe DiMaggio, Johnny Bench, and Hammer and Hank Aaron do up the number 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Very deep lineups on both sides of the diamond today. DiMaggio hitting .286, has yet to home run. Has yet to hit a homer. 11 runs batted in. DiMaggio has 63 at bats. No home runs yet. And Jack Taylor hoping that doesn't happen here. Jack Taylor with a leg kick and the 1-1 delivery fastball. Base hit up the middle. This one just over Chase Utley's head. And DiMaggio aboard for Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench has gone yard 4 times, batted in 15. .235 average for the Great Reds catcher. DiMaggio at first already has 1 steal on the season, so 1 more steal than he does home runs. Jack Taylor with the 1-1. Curveball swung on, base hit left field. Lowenstein up with it. DiMaggio rounding 2nd, but they're going to hold Joe up there. So 2 aboard. The Yankee Clipper at 2nd, Johnny Bench at 1st. And here's Hammer and Hank Aaron. Aaron in for Felton Snow today at 3rd base. Aaron not seeing a lot of playing time. 14 at bats. He's hitting just 143. 2 runs batted in and a run scored. So you know you have a deep bench when you have Hank Aaron not in your starting lineup. Jack Taylor delivers to Aaron. Curveball, base hit. This one's going to go for extra bases. That's going to be an RBI. And coming in to score is Joe DiMaggio. So it's 3-0. Hank Aaron picking up the RBI double. That's his first double of the season. Bench at third, Aaron at second. And here's Dave Concepcion. Big Clue says, I'm impressed. You got it fixed before your soup was done heating up. Bite me, Big Clue, as I usually say. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. MV! MV! There he is. MV, I hope you're going to do a game today. All right. Haven't heard an MV game in ages, man. Come on, come on, come on. All right, Dave Concepcion hitting 177, 4 runs batted in. So 2 for the Coyotes in the first and 1 here in the second. Jack Taylor working from the stretch. 1-1 curveball. Concepcion bouncer to Wells at short. Wells will go to Cash for the out. And to score is Johnny Bench. Crooked numbers for Coyotes in each of the 2 of these first 2 innings. Hank Aaron at third, and we're back at the top of the order for Shoeless Joe Jackson. MV just saying hi to everybody. And exclamation points all around. Are the Coyotes? No, the Coyotes are actually leading 4-0 in the bottom of the second, MV. Long game, though. Long game to go. Shoeless Joe opened the festivities here with a single for his team back in the first. Jack Taylor from the stretch again. The 1-0 spitball. Joe Jackson liner. This one right to Norm Cash, making a leaping grab of that little laser. So 2 away for Fred Dunlap now. Dunlap nothing for 1. Struck out. Jack Taylor with 1 strikeout, and Dunlap is he. Taylor brings it home. The 1-1 fastball. This one high and deep to left. Lowenstein just watches it go, and this has been an artillery barrage, to say the least. This is the 3rd home run by Detroit, and they have just played at 4 here in the bottom of the second. It's the Coyotes 6 and the Blue Claws nothing. So Big Clue taking a beating, and MV says he gets just as much joy from that. I guess Jack Taylor's going to stay in there. So Barry Bonds batting with 2 out, bases empty. Bonds with that solo homer back in the first. And Mark McGuire waiting on deck, hit the other one. So 3 home runs in this game. Taylor deals the 0-1. Bonds swings on this one. Fly ball, right field line. Suzuki getting it at the track. 2 runs, 4 hits, no errors, nobody left. 2 done here at the Motor City. And it's the Coyotes 6, the Blue Claws nothing. MV is just firing the shots across the bow. He says he's moving down to the front row here at Tiger Stadium to take a better look at the shellacking. All right, Dale Murphy, Sid Gordon, and Ichiro Suzuki to hit here in the top of the 3rd. Dale Murphy hitting 239, 5 home runs, 12 runs batted in. Mike Scott has whiffed 2. 1-2 pitch, fastball. This one lined to 3rd, right at Hank Aaron. So Hank Aaron playing with a bit of a penalty there, playing out of position, but making a nice play on that Dale Murphy little laser shot. And here comes Sid Gordon. Talked about Sid Gordon before, trying to figure out where these photos were. Sid Gordon playing absolutely superbly for these Jersey Blue Claws baseball fans, hitting .348, 7 home runs, 12 runs batted in. So in the season from which Gordon was selected, he had .284. So right now playing well above board, but his home runs looking to apiece, and already a 12 runs batted in, and 90 he had last season. So Sid Gordon, I think one of the league surprises, maybe not to Big Clue, but certainly to the rest of us. Mike Scott deals now. Payoff pitch, fastball. This one missing. And Sid Gordon aboard laying off that cutter. So Scott issues his first free pass. And here comes Ichiro back at the top of the order for the Jersey Blue Claws. And he singled. Sid Gordon at first. 1 stolen base last season, and so far 1 this season. Mike Scott delivers. Here's the 2-0. And what do we have here? We had a little bit of a, what did we have here? What did we have? We had a disturbance in the stands. So we had a delay here. So MV, it's there, read it. MV, it must have been you. So after 55 or 53 minutes, what were you doing there, MV? There was a disturbance in the stand. We had a 53-minute game delay. It's this. I don't know if it was the beach ball. We had to use that yesterday. I think this was, yeah. It is. It's MV. He says it is I fighting with the ushers. He's saying, look, why don't you have any good bitter here, right? You Americans, what is it with you? So anyhow, here we go. Both pitchers looking strong. Suzuki back in the box as the man from Jamaica, Cardiff, London, and West Virginia is sent to the highest part of the center field bleachers here at Tiger Stadium and told to settle down. Scott delivers to Suzuki. Here's the 0-2 fastball. Suzuki liner right to Fred Dunlap. So 2 away here. Gordon remains at first. That was, wow. It's your money's on the senior citizen usher, says Big Clue. All right, pardon me. So Chase Utley on a 10-game hitting streak, lined out to deep center. Gordon leads off first. Scott with a check of the runner. 1-1 fastball, and Utley sends this high and deep to right, but a little too high and not enough deep as Bryce Harper squeezes the glove around it, and no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd inning, and there's the disparity in the score, absolutely, or disparity. Wide gulf. That's all we'll say about that. Mark McGuire, solo shot back in the 1st. Jack Taylor. Yeah, this is just the 3rd inning. It's how Ken Castro supplements his Social Security, says Big Clue. Jack Taylor with the 2-0. Oh, here we go. Jack Taylor hits Mark McGuire. So McGuire having a few words to Jack Taylor saying, look, it's you that put that fastball up in the zone. Throw the ball at yourself sometime, you might be able to hit yourself. So McGuire and Taylor having a few words. But nothing for a bench-clearing brawl. So here's Bryce Harper, nothing for 1. Flied out his last time up. Bryce Harper riding an 8-game hitting streak right now. Taylor checks McGuire at first. The 1-0 delivery. Fastball, Harper turns on this one, high fly ball to right. And Suzuki has it at the line. McGuire will get back to first. So 1 away. Some words continue between Taylor and McGuire. So we'll see if we any retribution by Detroit when we go to the top of the 4th inning. And here's the Yankee Clipper, 1 for 1. DiMaggio just in there to play ball. Singled up the middle back in the 2nd. McGuire, pretty good lead off of first. Not a speedster, but a good lead. Bailey back there, above average arm, so we'll see what happens. Blue Claw battery ready. The 0-2 to DiMaggio. Fastball, base hit. This one will go to extra bases in the corner in right field. Suzuki giving chase. McGuire rounding second. He will head for 3rd. DiMaggio. McGuire is going to score all the way from first. DiMaggio going for 3. The throw goes into cutoff man Utley. Utley's throw to Gordon at 3rd. Joe DiMaggio with an RBI triple, scoring Mark McGuire, and it's now 7-0. No zeros thus far for these Coyotes. Detroit's retribution is the score, says Steve Tate, and piling it on. Oof. Detroit is in first. They can afford to be magnanimous. No, I wouldn't want to get into a brawl with McGuire either, but I don't know. These dead ball 1920s players, who knows? All right, so 1 out. DiMaggio at third. Johnny Bench is 1 for 1. Bench RBI, or Bench singled, moving DiMaggio to second last time up. Taylor from the stretch, the 2-0 fastball. Bench, a little too hopper to Willie Wells at short. Wells will go to Cash at first. DiMaggio will score 8-0. So all crooked numbers for Detroit in the first 3 innings. 2 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third. Got to think that Big Clue just allowing Taylor to just soak up some innings here. Taylor up to 46 pitches. Taylor good for 120. Base is empty for Henry Aaron. RBI double, scoring Joe DiMaggio back in the second. 2 down here. Bottom of the third, Jack Taylor fires it in. Here's the 1-1. Hank Aaron swings in a spitball, high fly ball, and down into the glove of Ichiro Suzuki to end the inning. But 2 more runs on 1 hit. So the hit batsman accounting for that second run. No errors. We've played 3. It's 8-0. Coyotes over the Blue Claws. And V says, but Chase Utley predicted will have an impact in this game. He foresees it. Clue says, by impact, do you mean reach base once? All right, Norm Cash looking to, we got a lot of hitting streaks going in this game. So let's see if Mike Scott is going to take the high road in this inning, or if there's going to be a little bit of payback. Norm Cash struck out his last time up. Mike Scott into his line, the 3-0 fastball, and this one line to center. Nope, played on the hop. Joe DiMaggio looked like it short hopped him. So Norm Cash aboard, and the Blue Claws pick up their second hit of the game. And here's Willie Wells. Shortstop popped to short back in the first. Mike Scott rubbing up the ball, peers in. Has the sign from Johnny Bench, has one he likes. Here is the wind, and the pitch to Willie Wells. Curveball, first pitch swinging, fly ball to the Yankee Clipper in center. DiMaggio closes his glove around it. Routine for DiMaggio. Norm Cash retreats to first. 1 down here for Ed Bailey. Bailey struck out. Mike Scott with 2 strikeouts and a walk. Wind moving out to at 15 miles per hour out to left here in Detroit, so right-handed hitters. And actually 2 of the home runs went into the upper deck out in left field. Scott deals the 3-1 to Ed Bailey. Curveball missing. This one outside, and Mike Scott having a little bit of trouble with the strike zone. 1 down, 2 aboard. Norm Cash at second, Ed Bailey at first. John Lowenstein, who is nothing for 1. He grounded to short his last time up. Mike Scott into his motion, the 2-1. Fastball, Lowenstein sends this one into very shallow center. Bryce Harper coming in and make a fine running catch on that, covering a lot of distance there. So 2 down, 2 on for Roger Maris. Will wind out to first. Big Clue says he needs to drop Al Kaline and make Steve watch Kaline hit against his team so he'll know what it was like watching the real Big Clue play for Steve last season. And here's the delivery to Roger Maris. Fastball. Maris sends this one out to right field, but Bryce Harper has it in his sights and makes the grab. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 left. We go to the bottom of the 4th, and the score remains the same. Dave Concepcion, Joe Jackson, and Fred Dunlap to bat for the Coyotes. So at this point, Jack Taylor just wanting to hang a 0 up there. Mike Scott, on the other hand, working on a 2-hit shutout. Jack Taylor, with a strikeout to his credit, sets and fires. Fastball, Concepcion swinging his first pitch, slapped to second, Utley up quickly, and on to Norm Cash. Concepcion tearing down the line there, but the 4-3 put out, Utley to Cash. And here is Shoeless Joe. Shoeless Joe 1 for 2, and he lined to first last time, huh? Taylor winds and fires the 2-0. Jackson sends his fastball, routine fly ball to right. Ichiro brings it down, 2 up, 2 down. Could this be the first 0 inning for the Detroit Coyotes? Fred Dunlap 1 for 2, and he hit a 2-run shot down the left field line. So McGuire, Dunlap, and Bonds all homering in this game. Taylor deals the 3-0. Dunlap watches this fastball go high and inside. So Detroit not done here. Runner on, and here's Barry Bonds. Taylor with the 3-1. Barry Bonds swings, base hit up the middle. Murphy has it. Bonds has a double, and tearing around the bases and scoring is Fred Dunlap. So it's not going to be a 0 this time. It is 9-0. 9-0. We can check that. I didn't. Hopefully they did. MD, I did not check. I didn't recall any injuries on these two teams. But we'll check Chicky after this game. Big Clue says he tried to acquire a better left fielder from Robbie before the season, but apparently a week's notice is enough time to get a response to Discord from him if the topic isn't baseball for Windows. Well, as I said, now he's starting an MLB The Show. I woke up and saw it was something like a 7 a.m. something comment on the MLB The Show video I did last night, and he said he was surprised at Lefty Grove and all these guys going really late in his fantasy draft doing it. He said, and I mean I love Robbie, but there's a little bit of naivete going on there. No, he said San Diego studios should really see to our needs and what we're doing. Robbie, hardcore baseball sim fans, text-based guys like us, we're not the main demographic for San Diego studios. I said, with that being said, guys like Legends and others, modders are at least doing a lot for us. So, but I don't know that I'm not, this is nothing mean against Robbie. I don't think that he understands what a niche we are, playing these games. The same guys that are, most of the guys doing MLB The Show stuff, are 20-something Twitch gamers, really. They're the same guys that are, playing maybe the Twitch game, right? Whatever it is. They're playing Fortnite. They're also playing MLB The Show. So. All right, Jack Taylor dealing with Bonds at scoring position at second, and another run in, and Mark McGuire 1 for 1. Here's the 0-2 to Big Mac. Fastball, and that is the second strikeout issued by Jack Taylor. However, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We've played 4. It is 9-0 Detroit. Oh, it was so much fun to do it. I'll probably do one later. Just having a ball with it, not doing what Legends is doing, not using his file. I may call a game every once in a while, but it was fun to just sit back and chat. So glad you guys liked it. Yeah, definitely more of an out-of-the-park vibe, franchise mode builds, things like that. But I think Robbie is wanting, I think, at San Diego Studios say, there's these guys out here that play Strat and APA and inside pitch. San Diego Studios doesn't even know that we exist. So, but you gotta love Robbie. Gotta love Robbie. You really do. And I'll give him credit. He's learning. He's really learning. So I just wish he'd use a Sabre membership. We love you, Robbie, but it's Sabre. All right, Dale Murphy line to third. Mike Scott brings it home. Payoff pitch to Dale Murphy, and Murphy cut on and missed this fastball. So 1 up, 1 down for Sid Gordon. Sid Gordon walked back in the third. Mike Scott quickly works. First pitch swinging. This fastball, high fly ball to right field, and Bryce Harper making a lot of plays out there in the right-hand pasture. So 2 away, and we are back at the top of the order for Suzuki. Jersey fans wanting the great Ichiro to get something going here. Has one of only 2 hits off of Mike Scott. Grounded a single back in the first. Yep, saber rattling. Yep. MV says he... Oh, MV, by the way. So I finally... I picked up, because you were telling me MLB The Show 20 has gobs and piles and tons and stacks of rosters. So thanks to you, I spent what would be due 18 pounds last night and bought it. So all those cool roster sets there. So thanks, MV. Now you and Legends have cost me 3 editions of MLB The Show, 20, 22, and 23, and a PS5. Thanks, guys. Yeah, that's code for bugger off, right? But they at least got back to you, which is nice. The franchise mode was a big addition to that, though. So maybe Robbie is onto something after all. I don't know. Maybe have Robbie write to one of their women there that work at San Diego studios. Maybe he'll make some headway. Scott deals to Ichiro Suzuki, and this one a 3-hopper to Concepcion at short. And Detroit faces the minimum. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning, and 9-0. How did I count? Oh, yeah. What, for Action PC? Oh, yeah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay. Yeah. Fair on you. Fair on you, man. Bryce Harper, nothing for 2. Jack Taylor, we're going to speed this one up because this is just, ouch. 0-2 pitch. Harper, Suzuki plays it off the wall, and here we go. So Bryce Harper, with his 6th double of the year, and here's Joe DiMaggio, Yankee Clipper, 2 for 2. Single and an RBI triple. And big clue, no mercy at all. Wait a minute, Big Clue, Big Clue's talking shit here. He says, between you and MV, I feel better about my recent binge spending. At least it's not as bad as Beatles and MV, honey. Somehow that's held no water with her, but it makes him happy. That's funny. Oh my God. World's worst gamer. He says, wow, what happened here? 9-0 already. Which starting pitcher got chased? He's still in there. I was about to say, big clue with absolutely no mercy. He's letting Jack Taylor, I guess, just take one here for the team. So, ouch. All right, so Bryce Harper at second. We'll show a picture of Bryce here. And here's a delivery from Taylor to DiMaggio, the 0-2. Fastball popped high in the infield, and Willie Wells given chase over by the line and makes a great play in foul territory. So 1 away, Harper stays at second. Johnny Bench 1 for 2. I'm still looking. Clues making Taylor face the pounding. I'm looking for the, as Steve calls it, the pink glove of despair. Have not seen it thrown up yet, so we're going to stay with it. Taylor deals to Johnny Bench, the 3-1 fastball. Chopper to short. Willie Wells up and over to Norm Cash. So 2 away. Could this be the time when Detroit does not put up a non-zero number, a non-zero integer cardinal number. Well, it's not a cardinal number. Yes, it is. It's not an ordinal number, cardinal number. Whatever you want. Call it what you want. Hank Aaron, 1 for 2. Trying to tell manager Steve Tate, why the hell am I sitting on the bench? Jack Taylor deals. Aaron swinging on the first pitch. Base hit to right field. And Suzuki up with it. And rounding third, the throw to the plate. And how about that? Let us look at it again as Aaron is nailed. Or Aaron goes to second, I'm sorry, and Harper tagged out. Let's look at that play again. The outfield assist by Ichiro Suzuki. So Harper rounds third. There was a little bit of hesitation by Harper. Suzuki with a strong throw home. Bailey with the tag. And how about it? This game may start to turn around. And for the first time in this game for Detroit, I can say no runs. And we go to the sixth. It's 9-0 Detroit. Chase Utley leads it off. Utley in the game, 0 for 2, wanting to try to preserve this 10-game hitting streak. Mike Scott deals the 1-2. Utley, chopper to first. McGuire waving off Scott, will take it to the bag himself. 1 up, 1 down. These blowouts are not fun to do at all, guys. So hopefully some beach balls fly around. We had an MV disturbance, world's worst gamer. We had a 53-minute game delay. It was funny. It was a disturbance in the stands, the replay said. But just before that happened, MV said that he was moving down to the first row to watch the shellacking. And I kid you not, when I hit the thing, all of a sudden the umpire called time. And I'm like, what's going on? Rain delay? And scrolled back on the replay, and it showed there's a disturbance in the stand. Couldn't have scripted that any better. All right, 1 away here. Norm Cash now. Mike Scott brings it home. The 0-2 fastball. Stormin Norman sends this to the Yankee Clipper in center. And DiMaggio pedaling back about 4 steps to make the catch. 2 up, 2 down. And here's Willie Wells. He's popped a short fly to deep center. Wells making a great play in foul territory in the third base side. Not a lot for the few Jersey fans that have made the trek here to the Motor City to cheer about. Mike Scott deals the 2-0. Wells swings, bounding ball to short. Concepcion playing shallow on this. This is going to be close, and Willie Wells will beat it out. So that's the third hit for the Blue Claws in this game. And batting with 2 down is Ed Bailey. Ed Bailey has struck out and walked in this game. Wells, good lead off first, lots of speed. Scott checks the runner. Payoff pitch to Ed Bailey. Change up, base hit to right field. And here comes Jersey as Bryce Harper gets the ball back in. So Wells at second, Bailey at first. John Lowenstein, 0 for 2. The 0-2 delivery. Fastball. And that one, Lowenstein caught looking. 4th strikeout for Mike Scott. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. It's 9-0 Detroit over Jersey. Needed a spot starter one game. Big Clue talking about his having a bit of baseball. He says they needed a spot starter one game, and he started up 5 runs in the first inning before they asked the right fielder to pitch. And that was Big Clue's only pitching appearance in his career. Big Clue, look at it this way. In your only pitching appearance, you did better than Jack Taylor, who made it to the show. So that's something. He did not give up 5 runs in the first inning. So actually, Big Clue, you're kind of a celebrity here. You gave up fewer pitches than a very, very good pitcher than a Jack Taylor. So I don't know if I'd want your autograph, maybe your initials. I think that would be great. That would be great. Put that on a, yeah. All right, anyhow, Concepcion 0 for 2. Taylor with the 0-1. Concepcion sends this to center field. Dale Murphy has it in his sights and in his glove for out number 1. Back at the top of the order, Shoeless Joe. 1 for 3. Taylor deals. Count even on Jackson. Fastball in there. So Jackson swinging at this and comes up with nothing but air. 2 up, 2 down. Could Jack Taylor be settling down and setting up a big comeback here for Jersey? We will see. Thank you, yeah. This league with the stacked batters applying normal ideas about when to pull a starter may be unrealistic. Yeah, that's the beauty of this league. It's absolutely unpredictable. And those games, both games that I did yesterday on the Shanks League were just nuts. Just nuts. And Cleveland sends up a new manager file and pounds the crap out of whoever it was, 15-1 yesterday. I forget. I think it was Arlington, actually. No, it wasn't Arlington. They beat up somebody else really badly, 15-1. Taylor deals now to Fred Dunlap, the 1-1. Oh, great play by Chase Utley. Dive and stop from his knees. Throws on to Norm Cash to retire Dunlap in the side. So how about that? Consecutive zeros put up by Jack Taylor. We go to the 7th. Scott seems okay. Let's check in on his pitch count. Not that we should really worry about it. He's at 93. He's good for 105. This Big Clue asking since when has he had normal ideas about anything? Well, that's true. Couldn't agree more with that one, my friend. But yesterday, Big Clue and I were trading back and forth some stanzas from the great poet William Blake. That was fun. And then by last night, then it degenerated into the usual sophomoric humor that we are to which we're more accustomed, right? All right. So Roger Maris, 0 for 2. Mike Scott into his motion. The 1-2 pitch. Maris swings in this curve. Oh, great play by Dave Concepcion. Stabbing that one out of the air and firing it on to Mark McGuire in the 6-3 putout. 1 up, 1 down. So Scott enters with a 7+ ERA and pitches a shutout. Taylor enters with a great ERA and coughs up 9 runs. That's baseball for you. Dale Murphy, nothing for 2. Mike Scott deals fastball, and that is strikeout number 5 from Mike Scott. Swing and a miss on that heater. And here's Sid Gordon. And Sid Gordon, I don't know. Sid Gordon's got to get something going here. He's walked and flied to right center. So 2 consecutive scoreless innings put up there by Jack Taylor. And could the Jersey Blue Cause be starting their climb back? We shall see with 2 down. Mike Scott with the 1-0. And Gordon sends this one deep to center field. DiMaggio has it at the track. 7th inning stretch time, and you know the score. You know, MV, while William Blake wrote just towering, epic poetry, and his art almost is towering. If you really want to get a great British poet to pitch for you, if I were you, I would try to draft Lord Byron. I really would. I think at the end of the day, you can't go wrong with Lord Byron. And if anything, you know, he could pull the birds, right? Chat him up, as he did. As he said, he's mad, bad, and dangerous. So I would say try to get Lord Byron. William Blake, I don't know, maybe a bit of a poof. I'm not sure, FV. So anyhow, Samuel Taylor Coleridge was. You definitely don't want Coleridge. Go for Lord Byron. Go for Lord Byron. John Keats, too frail, and Percy Shelley, too busy trying to recreate, you know, the Apollo mythos, if you will, and then his daughter, of course, writes this great novel that is really a criticism of his father's work. So, of the 3 great British romantics, go with Lord Byron. You can't go wrong. Yeah, he was the poetry equivalent of was a real ladies' man. Absolutely. My God, we're getting into literature with a capital L again. Bonds 2 for 3. Jack Taylor, the 0-2. And Barry Bonds swings and misses on this curveball. That's strikeout number 4 for Jack Taylor. Taylor, good for 120 pitches. He's up to 94 now here in the bottom of the 7th. Mark McGwire, 1 for 2. Taylor deals the 1-1. McGwire swings in his fastball, chopping ground ball to Sid Gordon at the hot corner. Fires it across the diamond to Stormin Norman Cash, and McGwire is out number 2. We could possibly be looking at the 3rd consecutive scoreless inning for the Coyotes here as Bryce Harper steps in, 1 for 3. Harper extending his hitting streak, doubled back in the 5th. What about that guy from Swansea? Because Juckins says you won't hear that on a Fortnite stream. And here's the delivery from Jack Taylor. Count even on Bryce Harper. And this one, lazy high fly ball to right field. Suzuki brings it in. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. Mike Scott is tired as we go to the top of the 8th. We'll see what Steve Tate would like to do here with a tired pitcher and a 9-run lead. We'll pause play here. There it is, the pink glove of the proctologist pink glove of despair. Although no despair, I would think right now, from manager Steve Tate. So who's going to come in? Maybe somebody going to get some innings here with this big lead. We'll see. Dylan Thomas, do not go gentle into that good night. You should be right at the start of Arlington games rather than singing the national anthem. All right, so former Pittsburgh Pirate Ray Kramer will come in to pitch. And there he is. Kramer, part of the 1920s Pirates, who won the World Series in 1925, got obliterated in the 1927 series. Let's look at Kramer's line. A stratospheric 13.50 earned or an average 2 innings worked, 1 strikeout, and his whip unspeakably high, as is the opponent's average. However, last season, Ray Kramer posting a 2.61 earned or an average. He was 20 wins, 6 losses, 5 save, real workhorse for the Pittsburgh Pirates. 231 and 1/3 innings pitched. Walked 51, struck out 74. So he will face Ichiro Suzuki, Chase Utley, and Norm Cash. Kramer finishes his warm-up pitches, and we're ready to go. Bench sets the target. Ray Kramer winds and delivers the 0-1 fastball. Suzuki swings, and Dave Concepcion, big lunge, getting this ball on the short hop, and as he's falling down on the ground, somehow gets it to Mark McGwire. So what a play by Dave Concepcion. That's a web gem, as they call it. And Chase Utley really wanting this 10-game hitting streak to continue. Nothing for 3. This could be his last chance to extend it. Kramer winds and fires the 2-0 to Utley. Fastball, little chopper to second. Fred Dunlap onto Mark McGwire for the 4-3 putout. 2 up, 2 down for Norm Cash. Stormin Norman has struck out, singled, and fly to deep center. Kramer sets and delivers. The 3-0 fastball missing away, and Norm Cash aboard. So thus far for these teams, for the Coyotes 9-11 and 0, the Blue Claws 0-4 and 0. The Blue Claws have stranded 6, and the Blue Claws stranded a lot of runners yesterday as well. The Coyotes stranding 2. Willie Wells now. Willie Wells has a hit in 3 attempts. Singled back in the 6th against Mike Scott. Kramer deals the 0-2 to Willie Wells. Fastball, and this one chopped to short, and Concepcion working hard, earning his paycheck there in this inning. On to McGwire for the 6-3 putout. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and Joe DiMaggio will lead it off here, followed by Johnny Bench and Hank Aaron. Scary names. As Steve Tate says that Cosmo Kramer would give up runs, no doubt. But Ray Kramer making Nice clean work there. So the shutout's still going as Taylor deals to DiMaggio. Long fly ball to right field, and Ichiro playing the carom off the wall, and Joe DiMaggio picks up his 5th double. Runner in scoring position for Detroit. Jack Taylor kind of looking sort of plaintively, even pleadingly, at the visitors' dugout, and you can see as we're looking over the camera, panning around to the manager, and it looks like he is, indeed it is, baseball fans, he is reading William Butler Yeats. William Butler Yeats. In fact, the poem that he's reading is The Circus Animal's Desertion. So, game continues. Jack Taylor pitching with a runner in scoring position. Nobody out to Johnny Bench. 1 for 3. Taylor brings it the 0-1. Fastball, base hit left field. DiMaggio rounding third. And they'll flash the stop sign. Runners at the corners for Detroit. The carnage continues. That's the 13th hit for the Detroit Coyotes. And here comes Hank Aaron, 2 for 3. Aaron wanting to stay in this starting lineup. Jack Taylor working from the stretch, and Bailey out having a word with Taylor. Back in there, the 1-2 to Aaron. The boo's going up. Aaron, high fly ball to Dale Murphy in center field. Murphy has it, tagging at third, and coming in to score is Joe DiMaggio. The score is now 10-0 as Dave Concepcion steps in. Well, as I stated, MV, he's busy reading William Butler Yeats, my favorite poet. But The Circus Animal's Desertion. Yeats wrote that about he was pretty much out of gas, so maybe that is fitting. Poor Jack Taylor. All right. At this point, why bring in a reliever? What's he going to do? So Taylor taking 1 for the squad. And I don't count this Blue Claws team out over the long season. Very strong team. It's just, I know Big Clue is aware of this. It's just the high amount of runners left on base. So, but let's face it, Mike Scott pitching a good game, trying to bring that earned run average down. Never seek to tell my love to Bobby. Oh. No, but you can make picture substitutions. Oh well. Anyhow, Jack Taylor deals the 0-2 to Dave Concepcion. Concepcion grounded deep in the hole to Willie Wells. Wells to Utley. And we have a double play on to Cash. The 6-4-3 double play ends the inning. We go to the 9th. And I don't think we'll need to quote Ernie Harwell about our suspense will be resolved. But let's see if they can at least get one on the board here in the 9th. Ray Kramer will now face Ed Bailey, John Lowenstein, and Roger Maris. Oh, 2 to Bailey. Fly ball to right. Harper ranging back, looks up, it's gone. And how about it? Here we go, baseball fans. The Blue Claws with, on an 0-2 pitch, Ed Bailey sends this one 363 feet into the upper deck here at Tiger Stadium. And you know what? That's worth a replay. And there it goes. Harper going back. Thought he had a chance on it, but there you go. Third row back in the upper deck. Touch them all, Ed Bailey. It's 10-1. I did. It's like Babe Ruth, man. Babe Ruth. All right, here we go. John Lowenstein, nothing for 3. Struck out his last time up. Kramer winds and fires. Here's the 1-1. Lowenstein swings in his fastball. Hard ground ball to second. Plenty of time for Hank Aaron. Fires across the diamond to Mark McGuire. 1 up, 1 down, or 1 down. I should say, not 1 up, 1 down. The rally is on, says MV. He'll score 9 in the 9th and still lose. MV. Ooh. This is the brutality coming from Wales by way of West Virginia is excoriating, to say the least. Oof. All right, Roger Maris, nothing for 3. Kramer deals. Maris swings in the first pitch and fouls it back. The 0-1. Maris straightens this one out. Liner and ranging to his right and snapping that liner out of the air was Fred Dunlap. And it's down to Dale Murphy. 0 for 3. Kramer sets and fires. Change up. Murphy lays off. The Blue Claws shall not indeed go gentle into that good night. So Murphy aboard for the great Sid Gordon, and we've been waiting for Sid Gordon to do something in this game. Sid Gordon sporting that 338 average as of this at bat. Uh-oh, are you serious? Steve Tate is flashing the glove. All right, what's he up to with a 9-run lead here? What is he up to? Pitch Gordon aggressive. Okay. Absolutely. End this now, he says. Absolutely. All right, here we go. Kramer into his wind and the 3-1 pitch. And much to Steve Tate's chagrin, and you saw me hit aggressive right there. Gordon draws the walk, so 2-1, and here's Ichiro Suzuki. This would be hilarious. Big Clue says, whatever, no one from Wales ever conquered anything other than a dinner table. Oh, Aaron Reed, welcome in, buddy. Good to see you. All right, so Dale Murphy at second, Sid Gordon at first, and here's Ichiro. He's 1 for 4. He singled way back in the first. Be aggressive, says Big Clue. Here's the wind and the delivery from Ray Kramer. The 1-2. Suzuki swings in the fastball. Base hit to left field. Dale Murphy will round third and score. RBI for Ichiro. And now is manager Steve Tate starting to feel the heat. Just an 8-run lead now as the Blue Claws played 2 here in the ninth. Let it ride, says Steve Tate. Runners at first and third for Chase Utley. Utley at least wanting to get out of this again, trying to extend this hitting streak. 0 for 4. Kramer from the stretch. Payoff pitch to Chase Utley, and Utley fouls this in the third base side. Giving chase is Hank Aaron, but this one will make it into the stands about 20 rows back. Bopping Mrs. Wartburg on the head. Remember, this is a fictional league. All right. Full count now coming to Chase Utley. Fastball, Utley swings. This should end a comebacker to Kramer onto McGuire. And indeed, it's over. Detroit squeaks by Jersey 10-2. We're not going to prolong the by doing a big, whatever here. So Jersey goes to 10-10. Detroit continues to pull away, going to 13-5. Taylor gets the loss, falls to 3-1, and Mike Scott gets the win and goes to 2-1. Dunlap 1 for 3 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Barry Bonds 2 for 4, a homer, 2 runs batted in. Joe DiMaggio 3 for 4 with a triple and a double. And for Jersey, Ed Bailey went 2 for 3 today with a home run. And we're not going to look at pitching. You guys have all been here. We don't need this. The MVP is Mike Scott. So there we go. Wow. Okay, Big Clue says, right? And yet this game was still less painful than the team meeting he had to sit on this morning. All right, let's sim out the rest of this day because MV, you're gonna do a game, right? You're gonna do something next. So, all right, here we go. So North Sound and Des Moines. So this is gonna be Ramsey versus Young. Cy Young, of course, MV's favorite pitcher. Here we go. So North Sound and Des Moines with identical records at 10-8. But not anymore as North Sound defeats Des Moines 5-3. And this one went 10 innings. Let's have a quick look at this one. So North Sound 5-10-1 and 2 errors for Des Moines. George Sisler went 3 for 5 with a home run and 3 runs batted in for the North Sound Lumberjacks, and they're okay. They work all night and sleep all day, or sleep all day and work all night, whatever. Sammy Sosa 1 for 4 with a home run. Roy Campanella 2 for 3 with a stolen base. No highlights for Des Moines. Um, MVP George Sisler, no surprise there. All right, good to see Sisler doing something. Manchester versus Badlands here. Manchester at 10 wins, 9 losses. Badlands at 5 and 13. This is going to be Zach Greinke against Rube Waddell. Here we go. And Badlands pulls off a win, 8-2. Look at the box score. Rube Waddell getting the win on this one. Waddell improved to 3-1. Zach Greinke drops to 3-1. For Badlands, Turkey Mike Donlin goes 4 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Chris Bryant 3 for 4, 2 runs batted in. MVP Rube Waddell. Not much to talk about in that one. Mudville playing Cleveland. Mudville at 11-8. And Cleveland at 9-10, and this is going to be Shane Bieber versus Lady Baldwin. And Mudville takes this one from Cleveland. Those dark colors, it looks like 10-5. I have to look. Yep, 10-5. So Mudville, Pop Lloyd. I am so glad that I thought I'd never say this. Robbie Wartburg, wherever you are, thank you for taking Hannes Wagner. Though he's my favorite player, I got the other Hannes Wagner. And Pop Lloyd just doing it up this year, man. He's going to be my keeper, one of my keepers when we go into the next Howie Shanks. Pop Lloyd goes 4 for 4 with 2 runs batted in. Darrell Evans, 2 for 5 with a homer, 2 runs batted in. Babe Ruth goes 1 for 4 with a home run. Lady Baldwin goes to 1-4. Shane Bieber, Justin's brother, goes to 3-1. Heavy Johnson for Cleveland went 1 for 4 with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Albert Bell 1 for 4 again with a home run, 2 runs batted in. Robin Yount 3 for 5 with a dinger. And I'm hoping that Pop Lloyd gets MVP in this game, and indeed he does. All right. So moving down to this is going to be a big one here, guys. A big one. Actually, this would be a good pitcher matchup. So Arlington versus Hawaii. Hawaii at 10-7, and Arlington also has a record in this league. Lon Warnicki versus Lefty Grove. Here we go. And Hawaii edges Arlington 6-5. This one went 11 innings. Quick look at the box score, and then we'll tie this broadcast up and hopefully send it on to MV. Who says you can't keep Negro Leaguers? Nobody said, oh, that's bullshit. Must be non-Hall of Famers. Oh, man, are you serious? Wow. All right. I thought originally we were allowed to keep like 1 or 2 players. And that had to do with your Hall of Fame cap. But that's fine. Enjoy it while it lasts. Just glad to have him for this season because Robbie loves stealing Hannes Wagner. So Arlington, falling to 4 wins, 15 losses. Hawaii goes to 11-7. So Gagne gets the loss. He goes to 0-1, and Furpo Marbury gets the win, and he goes to 1-1 for Arlington in a losing cause. Rogers Hornsby, again, Robbie has some good firepower here. Hornsby goes 3-for-4 with a double. Jimmy Williams 4-for-5, 2 runs batted in. Eric Davis 2-for-4 with a home run and 2 ribbies. For Hawaii, Al Rosen goes 3-for-5. Steve O'Neill 1-for-5 and a home run. Oscar Charleston 2-for-5, a home run and a stolen base. And your MVP for this one, Oscar Charleston. So that does it for the games of 2nd May. Close this and look at our standings. So we had a few shiftings about, if you were, or if you will. So Detroit, with a 2-game lead, so they haven't widened their lead. 2 games up on Hawaii, 2 games back. Mudville also 2 games back, but Hawaii percentage points ahead in 2nd place at 11-7. Mudville at 12-8. North Sound at 11-8, 2.5 out. Des Moines is 3.5 out at 10-9. Manchester and Jersey at 500, each 4 games back at 10-10. Cleveland 9 wins, 11 losses, 5 games back. The Badlands 6-13, 7.5 back, and Arlington 4 wins, 15 losses, 9.5 out. So once again, now everything will change up. Mudville, when I guess MV or Steve do the next games, Mudville will travel to Badlands, North Sound to Cleveland, Detroit to Arlington, and Manchester will go to Des Moines. So not really any marquee matchups coming up. I know you guys don't want to do it. If this is the McGreevy League, um, I would actually just sim out May 3rd. I would just sim it completely. I just know marquee matchups coming up in terms of just these teams, but it's all fun. Arlington definitely needs to pick it up big time. Well, that is kind of the truth. That's what happened with McGreevy, and he actually said that. So in the McGreevy League, he did take Wagner because that was the only name he could think of from that time. So, but looking at his team, Robbie put together a good team. It's just trying to nail down what's going on there. Again, PQ will hopefully he gets back and turn his team around. But maybe Robbie should really, again, I don't know. I still don't understand why Don Baylor's inactivated unless he's waiting for a September call-up thing. But anyhow, yeah, okay. Oh yeah, let's check. Oh yeah. That's right. Let's check and see where Chick Stahl is. Yep, he's injured, so it did work, MV. So Chick Stahl is injured. Um, he is out until 28 May. Ouch. Okay, so if I transfer you the league file, do I also need to post the BBX as well? Because I just want to make sure. I am checking Stahl. Yep, he is injured. And kudos to MV, who, knowing last night the Stahl should have been injured, actually replaced him with Bob Hazel. So we got to give MV some credit there for doing that. He could have just played Chick Stahl. But yep, that worked, MV. I just need to know whether I also. Yep, the league files. Hey, Christopher Slovic. Christopher, you know that I don't like F-ball, or I would have stuck around. But great baseball game you did this morning. Um, and hope to catch you again tomorrow morning. Okay, so both the BBX and the league file. All right. So I've got to zip this league file back again. All right, that's fine. These damned injuries. It's too bad that the BBX file can't handle that because if a player's injured, but I guess yeah, whatever. So we're going to be swapping 2 files probably for the rest of the season, right? Well, thank you. I can't take credit for this one, Christopher. This is a Todd B idea that Steve Tate, Big Clue, MV, and I kind of been coordinating. Just a lot of fun, but man, just love the fact that you come in here. Great way to begin and end the days. All right, guys, this was fun. So I guess MV, are you going to be doing a game next? That is my next question as I zip this league file and bring up Discord. We'll wait for the mighty MV to answer. And in the meantime, export zip league files, huh? All right. So I can't just Are you serious? All right, what am I doing here? Oh, I want to go to the league folder, right? And do it in BBW Shanks. Save to Shanks. And we're going to call this, did I just do May? What did I do? So I'm going to call this MV League file May 2nd, I guess. Or is it going to be, oh, I don't know what it's going to be. Or is it going to be 515? Oh, I can't change the name of the zip? I don't know. Anyhow, I'm going to zip it up. BBX. Okay, so you're saying that the BBX may not be needed, but you just want to see what happens when you send the league file. I suspect it carries the games over. All right, how about if I do that now, MV, and maybe you could bring it up because that would because if we're having to send BBX files and league files, it would be good that you would know this now. Okay. Yep. I just want to ask you that question before I begin Zip, and we're going to BBW Shanks, which I'm going to keep just renaming, or BBMV Shanks, I should say. All right, zipping it up, zipping it up, zipping it up. Okay, has been saved. All right, so let me bring up my Windows Explorer and Discord. So MV, if you'll hang in there before you start the broadcast, that way you can check the injuries and see where we should be and the standings. Ba, 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 ba. So Aaron's sending me a message there. Aaron, we will get together a little bit later today. All right. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba. Baseball season. All right, I'm looking for a bloody. Sure, sure, I'm after looking for a bloody zip file here, and I'll be finding it. Don't you know then? There it is. All right. Is this right? 1:05 p.m. Yep. All right. There you go, MV. I didn't send the BBX. Do you want to check and see? So you fire up the game and it should be showing May 3rd for upcoming games. I will wait. And then once we're ready, let's go to MV's house and hang out in Wales, West Virginia, Cardiff, London, Jamaica. And I did May, yeah, so did May 2nd. You should have May 3rd. And if not, I'll do the BBX. Well, if it carries the games over, then we need to even bother with BBX files because if we just, you know, as Steve said, for me, I could just rename the season because I've got 38 versions of the Howie Shanks League now. So, envy is thinking, thinking, thinking. And thanks, guys, getting a lot of nice feedback. Thanks for liking the MLB The Show stuff last night. I did that on a lark. I was just like, I did 3 or 4 baseball games yesterday. I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch MLB The Show. Why not just stream it? So, did a game and a half last night. It was fun. Okay, so you can confirm that everything is good to go. You do not need the BBX file. Okay, just checking injuries. Check Al Simmons. Who's Simmons playing for? I'm too lazy to search. I could do that, but I'm so lazy to search. I shall do that. I've watched Steve do this 100 times, and I can't remember how to search players in this thing. Isn't that terrible? Player search. There we go. All right. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. So he's on Cleveland. There he is, big guy. All right. Is Al Simmons injured? He is indeed injured for a long bloody time. What a big loss. He is out until 11 June. All right. So moving forward, then we're just going to swap. Are we just going to? Should we just post league files since the BBX? If it's carrying over everything, we don't need the BBX files then, right? And on my end, all I need to do is just rename them. So because I mean, dating them, putting dates on them to me, because we can see in Discord when they were posted by the timestamps. That's why I just don't want to keep this directory's already bloated with everything. So give you 10 guys, and then you'll be online. MV, dare I ask what you're going to do with 10 guys? Okay, league files only. All right. So MV will be on in 10 guys, I guess. Yeah, Al Simmons and Ted Kluszewski out for a long time, right? Yeah, Kluszewski out until 11 July. Holy man. So Cleveland hurting right now. Just call you Mariano. All right. All right, guys. We'll see you at MV's ballpark. Sorry for what? For wanting 10 guys? It's 10 minutes. All right, we'll hang out for a couple minutes here, finish the SIG. Yeah, that's a big typo there. That's all right. So this was a lot of fun. And I know that Steve and MV tend to do multiple days of games, which is really cool. Love that. Big Clue says, yeah, sure, you made a lot of quote-unquote typos lately. Went off to find some sheep last night. Yes, MV is up next. MV is up next, Steve Tate. And there you go. Thank you, Aaron. Thank you. Wow, another nice comment on MLB The Show, which I had nothing to do with, but glad you guys liked it. If he says, by the way, Beatles, looking forward to Mega Baseball 4. So am I. That comes out, I think, in the same week as Diablo 4. So I'm going to have to be calling off sick work a day or so because, Diablo 4 and Super Mega Baseball 4. Super Mega Baseball 4, you can watch the game. You can watch the game. And they're doing it's a 10-team league of players from all eras. So that should be fun. We'll get to see a cartoon Hannes Wagner, Babe Ruth, and it'll be fun. It will be a lot of fun. Super Mega Baseball 4 will be on this channel and then later on my new one as well. So, yeah. I have Age of Wonders 4, dude. I mentioned it on yesterday's broadcast. You really, really, really ought to pick it up, Big Clue. If you don't have it, get it. It's brilliant. Oh my God, the replayability is insane. The customization is crazy in Age of Wonders 4. Clearly, by far the best. It got off to a rocky start, but yeah, it's great game. Pick it up, Big Clue. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Super Mega Baseball's fun, Aaron. Really, really fun. More late pitching combined with even later hitting. So unfortunately, when do MV and Steve play each other again? I don't know. Wish you could just search the schedule for upcoming, like type in and see. Yeah, I've been watching. I have Super Mega Baseball 1 and 3. Skipped over 2 as it was an incremental update. But watching a lot, I was surprised at what you can do in Super Mega Baseball 3 so much. But with 4, I mean, it's just getting deeper and deeper. It's kind of like it's becoming MLB The Show, but with Pixar style players. And it's a pretty damn deep baseball game. Very impressed with it. The first one was really an arcade game, but this one's really good stuff, man. I'll definitely broadcast Steve versus MV. And if we can figure out a way for you guys to both, well, manage whatever. The only time that's a problem is if there's a run and hit and run steal. But we can work it out. Somehow, maybe you guys could play head to head, put it up on Discord, and I can share Discord as the stream. We can do something like that because Discord happens in real time, and just mute YouTube. So you guys could head to head manage. That would be fun. Or anybody that wants to do that, if you want to head to head manage, just share screens in Discord and stream it from there to YouTube, and we're ready to rock. Steve Tate says MV, no doubt, looking at the analysis tool versus his team to create his best lineups. Oh, okay. Steve Tate also saying, yeah, right. If you select the choice via numbers, but so via your number pad or numbers versus a mouse click, then the batting team won't know. I think it would be. I mean, Steve and I have done what, Steve? We've done 11 games, 12 games, something like that, head to head. Guys, it's really fun. It's really, really, really fun, and I think it would add so much to this league to have some guys like just managing and make it a lot of fun. And with Discord, we can get a number of people in, um, or whatever. I think it would be a lot of fun. Get Aaron to do some color commentary. MV, just let me know when you're ready, and I'll close this out, please. You guys have heard enough of me. It's an hour and 52 minutes. Christopher hanging in. Guys, Christopher, I wanted to ask you something. So I'm looking at your Creators Cup, and I have to ask you a question. What are you doing to avoid teams facing teams where you would have doppelgangers? Have you run into that? Because I don't know how many teams you have in there. It's this crazy amount of teams, and I have this thing that I don't want Ty Cobb to fly out to Ty Cobb. How are you getting around that, or are you getting around that? Oh, MV, it's super, super simple. I think Steve actually shows how to do that. I can show you how to do it. I've never hosted a game, so maybe Steve would be so kind, but it's super easy. No teams close to each other in the World Series. Okay. I just because I like to set up big like tournaments like that and stuff like that, but so what we tried with this KCCL Dead Ball 19th Century tournament that we have going on right now is we had to knock two teams out because we Willie Keeler would have been playing on three teams and just couldn't have that. So drives me nuts. I just wondering how you're because baseball you can have long careers and how you're missing doppelgangers. Obviously, if you have Roberto Clemente, again, you know, you're gonna play the 60 Pirates versus the 71 Pirates. Yeah. Okay, so you're fine with those. Okay, right. Okay, makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, MV says he's good. He just needs some milk before he starts. And MV talking now some basketball. So, all right, with that in mind, guys, we're gonna head on over to MV's channel. My thanks to Christopher Slovic, to MV. Chris, please be safe over there, man. All right. Steve Tate, Aaron Reed. Aaron, I'll get together with you a little later today. I want to catch MV's broadcast. Big Clue, tough game, man, tough game, but plenty to go yet. Did I get everybody here? World's Worst Gamer, thank you, buddy. Always good to see you. Glad that you have your wrench back, by the way. Don't know why you wanted rid of it in the first place, you weirdo. MV correcting Big Clue about the movie about the Scottish, so, but you guys can go back and revisit that. So we had a very, very active chat today, and that's as far back as I go. If I missed you, I'm very, very sorry. Until I see you later, um, let's go to MVs and see you around the batting cage, guys. Thank you so much. Bye now.